Hey y'all, welcome back to the Hill Yet podcast. I'm so excited to be back. I know I took like an extremely long break, but I mean, breaks are needed. Long as you don't stop what you're doing, long as you didn't put a, hard ending to it, pauses are fine. And I had to become okay with that. And I hope you do too in anything it is that you're working on. Give yourself a break if it's needed. I do want to say Happy New Year, and I hope you made some great, goals for yourselves. No matter what people say about New Year's resolutions, keep making them if it helps you to have a good start to your year. I also want to just stop and have like a quick gratitude session just to have some gratefulness and thankfulness for what we have right now and what we are feeling, whether it's good or bad. I mean, whether we feel like life is crazy in all things and in everything, there's something to be grateful for. So you just waking up and being healthy, I mean, that's an underrated blessing that we tend to look over every day. You have another opportunity every day to try again, to get better, to start over. And that in itself is something to be grateful for. So right now, I want you to just stop and find two things to be grateful for today. Write them down, put in your notes, or just say them to yourself out loud. Because believe it or not, that does something to the mind. Okay, and I hope you have done that by now. So in this episode, and also this episode is the last episode to season 1. Yeah, it took me a long time to close off season 1, but I'm okay with that. But anyway, this episode is called Let Go and Heal. Hey y'all, welcome to the Healed Yet podcast, where we normalize the lifelong journey of healing and provide those with support along the way. I am your host, Majaya, a licensed social worker in Texas, and let's get right to it. Yes, so let go and heal. This episode was originally supposed to be called Outgrowing Relationships, because I think this was a perfect topic to start the year. Let go and heal. I think that's something a lot of us need to do. A lot of people need to do. You're so attached to old things that happen, old people you let go, still replaying situations in your head over and over again. But I think most people need to understand the why. Why was this beneficial to let go? Even if it was something that was hard to do, or it was a person that was in your life all your life. This was a person you spent 10 years with, or whatever the case may be. We have to be okay with outgrowing relationships. The more we allow ourselves to stay in places, in relationships, friendships, or anything that no longer serves the person that we become, we stagnate ourselves. We hold ourselves back from becoming this person that we dream to become, because we are still holding on to an old version of ourselves to maintain a friendship or a relationship. And that's not fair to us. We deserve to be in the spaces of people who ignite us, people who help us to grow, who benefit the person we are becoming. They have to be growing as well. We can't just grow alone. And I know that some people say, well, I'll just deal with them when I want, this going to be that kind of friend. Or I just deal with this person when I want to do this. No, because that's still you holding on to a part of yourself that you need to grow. Are you growing in part of your life and keeping a portion of it just to make yourself feel comfortable and safe, like you have a safe zone? Maybe that's what it is. But we have to understand that the person that we have become or are working to become has outgrown the relationships, the places, the job, or whatever it is that God is calling you to leave behind. You have to become okay with that, because you'll never be open or ready to grasp the things that require this different version of yourself. If something or someone is holding you back, you have to value yourself to leave those spaces. And I know that is so hard to say. I'm sorry, that is so easy to say. Because I was once in that place. It is definitely easy to tell somebody, girl, you deserve better. Oh, man, you need to leave her. She doesn't see your value. Or you need to leave that friendship that you've been in years. It's easy to tell someone that. But you have to see it for yourself. You have to value yourself and love yourself and trust in your own discernment that it's time to leave. It's time to move forward. No beef, no bad feelings or intentions. You're just doing what's best for you. And I want to talk about some signs of knowing that it's time to walk away from whatever it is that you know and you feel is not serving you anymore. The main thing is if you notice that you constantly feel empty or feel depleted every time you're around this person, or when you leave this person, you just feel completely empty, like you just want to go to sleep, or you just extremely tired, or you feel depleted because you have poured so much, or they have piled so much on top of you. They never opened the door for you. They never ask, how are you? They never give what you're giving. It's time to walk away because it's not for you. A relationship requires two people. It requires reciprocation. It requires someone to fill you up as you fill them up. Someone that's able to pour back into you as you're pouring into them. And that, like I said, we're not talking about just relationships. We're talking about, intimate relationships. We're talking about all relationships. From friendships to work relationships to intimate relationships, relationship with family members, friends, which I mentioned. But it's for everyone and everything, and everybody that's attached to you should be benefiting you as you benefit them in some way, because life is hard enough, right? We got so many things in life that we can't control that depletes us or drains us, that we have to be intentional about the people that we allow around us, because that we can control. That we can control who we giving our time to. We can control the people we'll allow in our homes, in our spaces, that we spend our free time with, that we're social with. All of those things we can control, because that takes a lot from you to indulge in those kind of things. So we have to be intentional in that area in our lives. Another thing you probably feel or notice when you're around a certain person or a certain thing is that you feel anxious. You ever was around somebody, or they say, oh, I'm coming over, and you get anxious? You're like, Lord, what they want now? Or if you're thinking like that, Lord, what they need from me now? What they want? Like you on 100 when this person call your phone. Like if you just see their name on your phone, you exhausted already. You haven't even answered the call yet. That's a sign right there. That's those people you got to just say, look, I'm not dealing with this. And you just feel uneasy. You find yourself talking about them to other people, because now you need an outlet after taking in so much of them. You need an outlet. And that right there is enough in itself. You have to know, and you have to value yourself, your mental health. You have to know when it's time to let go. And that's why I felt this topic was so perfect for the new year, because it's important. If we just start there, we would notice how many people we have in our lives that has no value for you. People become friends now just for aesthetics. I posted on Twitter not too long ago. Oh, she dressed like that. She looked like this. I want to be friends. And that person might be just horrible. But that's another thing I wanted to talk about too. It's like we do have to be open to new people. But you do have to also learn first when it's time to let go, so that you can be open to new people. And if they don't serve you, you don't spend additional time with someone that you feel is not moving forward with. I think at 30, if you're my age and older, you can probably say, hey, I know when it's time to move around. I'm not spending no more time with people and friendships and places and jobs and nothing that no longer serves me. If I'm not getting anything out of it, what am I spending time on it for or in it for? Time is going to keep on going. And we have to be intentional with our time as well. Because we are always so busy. But if you really slow down, take a couple days away from social media, find out how much time you actually have left. How much time you're busy doing all the wrong things in all the wrong places with all the wrong people. You'll really figure out that you're not really busy. You're just taking up time and space with things that really don't serve you. But I do want to get into like what we can do in the time of outgrowing those relationships. After we have outgrown relationships, after we have learned like, okay, this is not for me, she's not for me, he's not for me, this friend group is not for me, this, whatever it is that you're a part of that is just no longer serving you, you need to really pray on it. 9 times out of 10, you probably know right now. I promise you already got the person, place, or thing on your mind right now that you know you need to get rid of. So really pray on it, because it's not an easy thing to do. There's love in it. There's memories in it. There's many things in it that we're holding on to. We're holding on to that, but not the person. So in this new year, we really need to be open to new people, new relationships that God is sending to us, but also trusting yourself and your ability to pick the people who are right for you. Because sometimes we might begin to feel like, that imposter syndrome becomes to develop, and you feel like you're not fit for something, but you are overqualified, probably, most likely. So trusting yourself and the ability to pick people who are right for your life, have discernment, wisdom, pray about it, trust God and ask God to bring you those people into your life. We need quality people in our lives. We need quality friendships. We need quality relationships. You need a quality wife, a quality husband. You need all of that. You need to be a quality person to those people as well. In life today, as hard as things are, you need the right people around you. Not people that you worry are going to talk about you after you talk about everything that's going on in your life. Not a person that you have to lie to because you don't feel comfortable. A person you have to be a completely different person around because you are uncomfortable around them. You don't want them to know the real you. All of that, no. We're not doing that in 2024. Another thing is we gotta be okay with letting go and fully understanding that everything is not forever. Everything has an ending point. Literally. I know that's hard to believe. We don't want to think that, but everything has an ending point. Even our lives, everything we're attached to has an ending point. And be okay with knowing that God puts people in our lives to serve a purpose in our life, serve a different purpose in our lives, in different seasons of our lives. He places people, and then he takes them and replaces and give you someone else, someone better, someone who's more qualified for this time in your life. Be okay with that. Yes, it hurts. Yes, you may need therapy. You may need help processing this, but never feel like you're alone, because it was done for your greater good. Another thing is we need to enjoy the people we have in our lives that are quality people. that make you feel good, make you feel just vulnerable, that relaxes your nervous system. That's my favorite way to say it, because I want to be around people who make me feel at ease. Like, they make me feel like I could just lay there and be myself. We cannot say nothing. We just in each other's presence. And that's all we need. Like, that's all we need is you to be there. Sometimes friends don't need anything physical. Relationship may not need anything physical. Like, I'm sorry, not physical, like material. They don't want you to buy them something. Sometimes just going over to your friend's house, showing up physically, taking quality time. Like, in 2024, y'all, let's really, really be serious about quality time. Because we putting out, like I said earlier in the episode, we put so much time into things that's not important. Like, those people you love, those friendships, those relationships, people who come through for you when you at your hardest times, that's where your time needs to go. That's the people you need to be pouring into. That's the people you need to show up for. Go sit on their sofa, call them, like, how you doing today? Like, you just don't know how much that kind of call would just change their life. Or you showing up with some wine to your friend's house, like, girl, you know what? I'm off tonight. Let me come chill with you. I'm going to chill at home anyway. How you want company tonight? Like, just that. Or your significant other. Like, I notice a lot when people work so much. We engage so much in everything outside of our households. Like, we put our household last. So I know I'm kind of getting off topic, but this is some things we need to value in this year. Like, your household is important. The people that live under your roof are important. They need to be filled up every day before they leave into this toxic world. They need to have a safe space. Your household needs to be a safe space. That needs to be the place where you can come home after work, after a crazy day, or after some bad road rage. You can get in your house and say, I'm safe. Like, I feel good. I feel loved. The people in this house make me feel loved. That's what I mean by relaxes your nervous system and make you feel safe and vulnerable. Like, you can be yourself. You deserve to be a part of relationships that pour into you, that build you. And just a hard stop on friendships. Friendships is something that we need to value more. These are not just people that God put in your life for you to just deal with when you have time. You know, oh, girl, I'll call her when I got time. No, we have to take these just as serious as any other relationship in our lives, because these people are valuable. Friends are the ones that you can call when your days is hard. The ones you can call when you need anything. They should be the ones that you can rely on when anything else ends in your life. Like, your friends will always be there. Unless, of course, that's one that you need to outgrow. But right now, I'm talking about the healthy ones. I'm talking about the ones that God gave to you. I'm talking about the ones that you don't have to think twice about. Like, you know that they're going to be there for you. That's the people you need to pour into. Stop squeezing them into your life. Stop giving them a couple minutes out of your month, or treating them like their option. Like, we have to value those people, because that's the people that hear all our bullshit in life. Like, that's the people who stand by our delusions, stand by whatever we believe. But they gonna let you know, like, what you need to hear. But also, you feel safe and like you could be yourself. That's the relationships you need to value. So, y'all know my episodes are always short and sweet, but this one was really something that I needed to put out, because it's something that I think a lot of people struggle with, is just letting go. Letting go and being okay with isolation too, y'all. Isolation is something that's important. Sometimes you need to embrace your isolation period. God puts us in those places for a reason. Not so you can feel alone. Not so you can beat yourself up or become, impatient in your waiting season. Isolation period is really a time for you to evaluate yourself and everything that's attached to you. For you to get rid of distractions. for you to really focus on what it is that you're trying to do and what it is that you're putting your time into that's not intentional. Y'all, if I ain't say nothing enough in this episode, intentional. Intentional needs to stand out, because in all things that we do, we need to be intentional. We need to be doing everything for a reason. Everything and everyone and every place we are, in all things that we do, we need to have a reason why we are engaged in this. Is it intentional? Is it getting me to a place that I need to be? And this is why isolation is important. So never look at it as a negative thing, y'all. Like, be okay with being alone for a short period of time, because sometimes things become distractions. But anyway, let's get back to letting go and heal. I really hope you choose yourself in everything, y'all. Choose yourself in any relationship, in anything that's detrimental to you, in anything that's not of you. Always choose yourself every time. Pray about it. Ask for help. Ask God for help, because outgrowing relationships and that heartbreak from losing a person you're so attached to is a different level of pain. But just know, after heartbreak comes healing. And God wouldn't put you through nothing or bring you to this point in your life just to leave you. You deserve what's next. You deserve the replacement that God is going to give you. You deserve all things that you want in life. So be intentional with your time, with your friendships, with the people that you have around you, at your job, with your family, in all things. In your prayers, first and foremost, be intentional. I do want to have a brief moment just to have a couple affirmations for you all. The first one is, I am intentional about all things that I do. I pour into those that pour into me. I deserve to be a part of great things. I am an asset to any friendship, relationship, or anything that I'm a part of. I am whole with or without a relationship, because my relationship with God is really all I need. I am grateful for all things. I am trusting myself to let go and heal. I love and value myself enough to know that I deserve all great things. Thank y'all. Thank you for listening to the Heal Yet podcast. I do want to ask if y'all can go ahead and follow me on all platforms at Heal Yet Podcast. I really, really thank you so much for listening, and I hope that you come back for the next episode. Bye.